So in the previous class we had already discussed about the transportation in human beings and in plants. So now we are going to discuss about the excretion or the excretory system. So already we had discussed how the organisms are getting rid of the gaseous waste generated during photosynthesis or respirations. So other metabolic activities generates nitrogenous materials. So these materials also or these waste also need to be removed from the body. So the biological process involved in the removal of this harmful metabolic waste from the body, that is called excretion, and different organisms use different strategies to do this. So many unicellular organisms remove this waste by simple diffusion from the body surface into the surroundings. So now we will see how excretory systems takes place in the human beings, and excretion is the biological process which is involved in the removal of harmful metabolic waste from the body. So the biological process involved in the removal of this harmful metabolic waste from the body, that is called excretion. If you will see the human excretory system, then this is the human excretory system, which consists or which includes a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, and urinary bladder and a urethra. So these are the organs of the excretory system. So kidneys are located in the abdomen, on one on either side of the backbone, and urine is produced in the kidneys. In the kidneys, urine is produced. So it passes through the ureters into the urinary bladder where it is stored until it is released through the urethra. So urine is produced in the kidney, then it passes to the ureters into the urinary bladder, and then it is released through the urethra. So the main purpose of the making of urine is to filter out waste products from the blood. So just like carbon dioxide is removed from the blood in the lungs, so similarly nitrogenous waste such as urea and uric acid, these are also need to be removed from the blood, and these are removed from the blood in the kidneys. So that is why here also basic filtration unit in the kidneys are there, like lungs. In the kidneys also basic filtration units are there, which is a cluster of very thin walled blood capillaries. So here capillaries is a very cluster of very thin walled blood vessels, and the capillary cluster in the kidney is associated with cup-shaped end. So here the shape is cup-shaped end of a coiled tube, and that is called Bowman's capsule. That is called Bowman's capsule, and that collects the filtrate. So capillary cluster in the kidney that is associated with a cup-shaped coiled tube, that is called Bowman's capsule, which collect the filtrate. So each kidney has large number of these filtration units, and that is called nephrons. If you will see the structure of nephron, this is the structure of nephron. You can see here a cup shaped coiled tube, that is called Bowman's capsule, which collect the filtrate. So here the filtrate is collected, and the each kidney they are having nephrons which are pegged close together. So some substance in the initial filtrate like glucose, amino acids, salts, and a major amount of water are selectively reabsorbed by the urine and flows along with the tube. So the amount of water which is reabsorbed depends on how much excess water there is in the body. So that is why we are telling you to drink more and more water, because it depends on the water, how much excess water is there, and on how much of dissolved waste there is to be excreted. So the urine forming in each kidney eventually enters a long tube, that is ureter, and then it is connects the kidneys with the urinary bladder. So urine is stored in the urinary bladder until the pressure of the expanded bladder leads to the urge to pass it through the urethra. So urethra is muscular, so it is under nervous control, so we can control the urge to urinate. So here kidney produces the urine, or urine is produced in the kidney, then it is passes through the ureter to the urinary bladder. In the urinary bladder the urine is stored, and then it is released through the urethra. So like this in human beings excretion takes place. So the kidneys are the vital organs for the survival. So several factors when infections takes place or injury or restricted blood flow to kidneys, this reduce the activity of the kidneys. So this leads to the accumulation of poisonous waste in the body, which can even lead to death. So in case of kidney failure, the nitrogenous product these are not able to be excreted out, and in case of kidney failure an artificial kidney is used. That time artificial kidney is used, and which is a device to remove the nitrogenous waste product from the blood through the dialysis. So that process is called dialysis, in which the artificial kidney is used as a device to remove the nitrogenous waste product from the blood. So dialysis is done by using artificial kidneys, which contain a number of tubes with a semi-permeable lining suspended in a tank filled with dialysing fluid. The fluid that has the same osmotic pressure as blood, except that it is devoid of nitrogenous waste. So the patient's bodies pass through these tubes. During the passage, the waste products from the blood pass into the dialysing fluid. Dialysing fluid, it passes by diffusion. The purified blood is pumped back into the patient. So this is similar to the function of kidney, but there is a difference that this is no reabsorption involved. In this process there is no reabsorption involved. Normally in a healthy adult, the initial filtrate in the kidneys, it is having about 180 liter daily. So the volume actually excreted is only a liter or 2 a day, but because the remaining filtrate is reabsorbed in the kidney tubules. But when we are using artificial kidney or in the process of dialysis, this reabsorption doesn't takes place. So when if kidney failure takes place or any infections or injury takes place, that time artificial kidneys are used to remove the nitrogenous waste products from the blood, and that process is called dialysis. So if we will see excretion in plants, they usually use completely different strategies for the excretion than those of animals. Even we can think oxygen also as a waste product for plants, as it is generated during photosynthesis and they are releasing the oxygen. So they can get rid of the excess water by the process of transpiration. So for other waste, plants use the fact that many of their tissues consist of dead cells, and that they can even lose some parts such as leaves. We have seen that from the plants the leaves fall off, waste products stored in the leaves, and those leaves are falling off. So other products which are waste products are stored as resins and gums, especially in old xylem. So especially in old xylem, other waste products are stored as resins and gums. Plants also excrete some waste substance into the soil around them. So this is all about the excretion system in plants and animals. So with this, now you have to learn all the systems like digestive system, respiration, transportation and excretion. So you do learn all these things and do complete the question answers in your science copy.